I have to find my Zen. Merry Christmas. What I really want to say is that the book makes me feel a sexual repression that I haven't really felt reading a story or watching a story in a long time. And it's weird because these aren't anime tits, it's so tame. But I guess the dialogue, I don't know. There's, I don't have sexual feelings for Makima or sexual attractions to Power. I'm not thirsting after these girls like you might in a regular anime. There's no waifu here for me. I barely relate to anybody. I guess Denji, because we're both destitute and we're both poor and we're both lonely and we both work for way too little and for people who don't give a shit about us for nothing, for no reason. All that landed with me. But I don't really like him as a character, you know what I mean? I don't think I really like anybody. Hayakawa was funny being the straight man next to Denji being the jokester. You know, I just don't really know what to feel about the story at all. But I definitely feel something. It was like Re:Zero where I like hated it while I was watching it, but when I stopped watching it, I couldn't stop thinking about it. After 5 chapters, if you asked me what is Chainsaw Man about, I would say it's about devil hunters. I don't really know what it's about. Or maybe it's about something about girls that it's just been too long for me to understand, or I'm too sexually immature to understand. You know, it's a shonen. I feel like it's written for boys. I do feel like there's nuance here that I'm missing. I do feel like there's 5 words a page and it makes me go, well, okay, next page. But then I feel like I'm missing nuance. It makes me feel a way. When I pick up this story, when I read this story, when I think about this story, you know, I did a lot of dating apps in the last couple of days. And a lot of that is stirred up by this story. I feel left behind. I feel like people are having a lot more sex than me, or having a lot more flirtations than me, or having a lot more sexual tension than me. And it makes me realize that maybe it's not so impossible for me after all, too. I mean, I can do it too, right? If Denji can do it, I can do it. So I tried. I guess a lot of girls liked me, but I couldn't talk to them without money. But it was fun for a couple days looking at hundreds and hundreds of girls. Older girls, younger girls, rich girls, poor girls, girls with tons of friends, girls with a cat. I guess some we matched, and some girls I talked to, I guess. I don't know. I don't even really get it. I don't even really get how to play the game. The nicest girls were prostitutes, but I didn't realize what was happening until they started telling me their prices, which were surprisingly cheap. These girls are selling themselves for not a lot of money. You know, I've never done anything like that, paid for sex before, but maybe something's wrong with me. And if I did that, it would all come back. I felt like this all year. I felt like I had a stroke and I lost everything. And I had to learn everything over again. How to read, how to fucking speak. And this story makes me want girls. You know, the anime titties don't make me want girls, they make me want anime titties. The hentai doesn't make me want girls, it makes me want hentai. Chainsaw Man makes me want girls. It makes me realize I don't have any. And this is just gonna keep going. That's how it makes me feel when I read it. Now, anybody who's already finished the story probably isn't going to feel that way. But if you put yourself in somebody's shoes who just started the story, is that understandable? Fujimoto, do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I know what you're going to say, Fujimoto. You're going to say, well, just wait till the last chapter when I fix it all. But for me, I'm not on the last chapter. I'm on chapter 6. And it's not fixed, and I feel like shit. I feel terrible. I think I spent all day yesterday just crying and sleeping. I was going to say I'm not inspired by Denji, but I am. I want what he wants now. And in 4 chapters, he's not going to want it anymore, but I'm still going to want it. But I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Not read Chainsaw Man because I don't understand it? Shouldn't I just try to understand it? And isn't it okay if I get it wrong? What if I just get it wrong? You all gonna unsubscribe? I don't have any subscribers. You know what I really want more than anything is to sit in a room with a bunch of other people who are also on chapter 6 and talk about the story. But it's impossible to find that on the internet because the only Chainsaw Man fans are on chapter 151. And they don't want to talk about chapter 6. And any non-Chainsaw fans don't know about chapter 6. So there's nowhere to go here. But that leaves me in a raft. I have no direction. I have no idea where we're going. It pisses me off when people try to gatekeep me from this. But maybe they're right. I'm so immature. You know, one of the reasons I wanted to do anime in the first place was because I kind of wanted to go back and see what this generation was doing in their anime, just like what my generation was doing when I grew up with this, when I was 12, when I was 15. And I feel less mature than you guys as 12-year-olds. I just don't know what happened. This is just my insecurities. I only get along with cats. I hate humans. Not because they did anything to me. It's like a devil's instinct. I just do. And I hate devils too, because the devil made off with my pet, Meowie. And I need to call Peterson in here to explain the story inside the story to me. What is she saying? Comment down below and help me. It's like saying, I wanted to watch Naruto, but it was too complicated. And I couldn't understand why Sasuke was trying to leave the village. And I couldn't understand why Naruto was working on trying to keep his promises. And I couldn't understand why Sakura had a crush on the wrong boy. And I didn't get it. But that sounds so fucking ridiculous because Naruto is so easy for me to understand. For every volume I receive, I read the first chapter online with you guys. But to continue reading the entire volume, subscribe to my Patreon. Link in the description.